guys, let me make sure we're all set up and good to go. Give me 1 second. Gotta make sure everything's plugged in so nothing dies. Give me 1 second. All right, hey. Waiting and playing clarinet. Oh, Dollar. Thanks for stopping in. What's up, guys? You guys ready for another game show where I host them? You play them? What's up, Ref Wolf, Dollar? Mr. Tinkles, welcome back. We're about to go to church. Enjoy. Enjoy. We'll get started in a little less than a minute. We will get started in a little less than a minute. Welcome back. Oh, Baronator. Hey, Mike Tones, welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Let's do this. Yeah, we got a few more seconds and we'll go ahead and get started. Just here to say hi. Well, welcome, Dollar. Richard Green, welcome back. You're getting in the Hall of Champs this time, or we'll see. We'll see. Well, Baronator and Richard Green are already in. We got a few people who want to get in the Hall of Champions, so we'll see who gets in. Only one person per stream. I am doing 2 streams today. I will be taking not this weekend, but next weekend off for a event. All right, guys, we're going to kick it off with Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess what I'm making will get a point on the scoreboard. Yeah, it's rainy here too today, Richard. Swan is correct. You regulars are getting it so fast that I'm going to be changing the rules for Guess That Balloon soon. I'm going to be changing the amount of guesses, I think, that you guys are allowed on technical difficulty. I'm going to have to limit the amount of guesses or something to make it fair for newer players, because some people know everything I can make so far, so they just spam everything, and I do want to make it fair. Just do it in the dark. There's honestly no difference between me doing it in the dark and then just like, I could honestly watch. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna do a little fun. Hey, Brawny, welcome back. We're gonna do a fun one, and this is what I'm gonna prove to you guys why I'm gonna have to change the rules a little bit. All right, first person to get sword was Brawny. Brawny, let me go ahead and add you to the scoreboard. I do believe you're a champ, so I have to add your name in pink. Welcome to the scoreboard, Brawny. All right, 1 point for Brawny. All right, guys. We're going to play a really, really weird edition of Guess That Balloon. All right, we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and play Guess That Balloon. I'm not changing the rules yet. Go ahead. Good to see everyone here. All right. You guys see how I didn't even tie the balloon and somebody got it right? I'm still going to give the point out. And this is why I have to change the rules, because you guys are getting it right before I even tie the balloon. So, moving forward, not from today's stream, good job for who said sword. And at this point, it's going to be guess what balloon I was about to make. You guys are so fast that eventually I'm going to have to start limiting the guesses to make it fair for the new players. I'm going to still give the point out to the first person who said sword. Looks like it was Mike Tones. Mike Tones, welcome to the scoreboard. I think starting next stream, I'm going to only allow you guys 2 guesses for Guess That Balloon. So then some of you guys are actually going to have to wait and see. So we're going to move on. We're going to play Blurt, a fan favorite. Where's Javier? I'm not sure where Javier is right now. Good job with your point. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to this fireworks for this up. We're going to go ahead and move on to Blurt, which is a fan favorite. Blurt is where I will give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Dollar, I end 2 hours from now. The stream is always 2 hours long. Somebody does enter the Hall of Champions every single stream, and I'll do one more stream tonight. All right, guys, we're going to play around a Blurt. This is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first... Hey guys, for everyone who just joined, hey, welcome back Just for Fun Fishing. What's happening is I'm hosting a game show. Everybody who's viewing is playing by commenting. All right, first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Have a good one, Dollar. And up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. First one to get either right will get a point. The first definition, a happy or amused expression on the face made by turning up the corners of the mouth. The second definition, the meat of a steer, bull, or cow. Smile is correct. That is a point for Just for Fun Fishing. Beef is correct. That is 2 points for Just for Fun Fishing. Guys, give me a second. I have to add him to the scoreboard, who is the most recent person to enter the Hall of Champions. Just for Fun, welcome to the scoreboard. Coming in with 2 points. Currently, Mike Tones is in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. One person who's not already in the Hall of Champions will enter every single stream. One person will enter every single stream. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a smooth, whitish, or grayish, bead-like object with a soft shine formed inside the shells of oysters and is used as a gem. The second definition, pearl is correct, 1 point for Barinator. The second definition, a severe hurricane that occurs in the western Pacific Ocean. I will repeat the definition, a severe hurricane that occurs in the western Pacific Ocean. Typhoon is correct. Let me go ahead and see who said it first. Fireworks from the sun. On my screen, the first person, Elian or Elian, you do have to earn your spot on the scoreboard because everybody who enters the scoreboard for the first time is entering the Hall of Fame, where currently 106 people are there. And once you enter, you never leave, but you still have to earn it. You do have to earn it. All right, Barinator, let me go ahead and add you on. Barinator's also a champion, which means, Mike, you're still in the lead. Barinator, you get the point for Pearl. And let me see on my screen who was the first person to say typhoon. Would be Dovid. Welcome back, Dovid. All right, Dovid and Mike are currently tied for entering the Hall of Champions with 1 point. This is a 2-hour stream, and the new champion is not announced till the end of the stream because the tides can change. I'd be careful, Dovid and Mike. I know you both are pretty good at this game for new players. So, guys, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, ground beef. The second definition, a food made from flour or meal mixed with water or milk and baked in an oven. Bread was correct. Another point for Just for Fun. I will repeat the first one. Ground beef. I'm surprised that this is the definition for this. Usually, for at least this word, it comes in patties, typically. Got to give Just for Fun his point. Just for Fun, you're at 3 points. It's not steak. You would eat it on some buns. Burger's close enough. It was hamburger. I will give the point to the first person on my screen who said burger or hamburger. I'm a little lenient with this one. Burger would be Baronator. Baronator, 2 points. When I say the points, guys, he's at 2 points. He didn't get 2 points. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: one of the thin, flexible parts that extend from the body of an octopus, jellyfish, or other animal. The second definition: a wheel with a rope or chain moving around it in a groove used to lift heavy weights. Tentacle is correct. 1 point for Brawny. Pulley is correct. 1 point for Mr. Tinkles. Go ahead and give Brawny your point, and I have to add Mr. Tinkles to the scoreboard. Mr. Tinkles, welcome to the scoreboard, and welcome back to the game. We currently have Dovid, Mr. Tinkles, and Mike Tones tied for entering the Hall of Champions. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to number the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Oh, give me a second. We have a discrepancy in the chat. Parker, you said it first. Give me a second. All right, guys. Very soon, hopefully tomorrow, I will be able to have my the chat permanently pulled up on the screen. Okay, I'm hoping by tomorrow. It was almost ready today, and then I ran into a technical difficulty. So this is how the internet works. You guys, if all of you guys say it around the same time on your guys' screen, it will say you sent it first. However, and it will be true for 3 of you. It could show 3 or 4 of you guys all on your screens, on your phones, on your laptops, whatever, that you sent it first. So we have to have some way to break ties. And since I'm hosting, I'm getting the messages first. So we use my screen as a tiebreaker. So if we can see, Parker, this is where you said tentacle, but two above you, Brawny Lee said tentacle for the first time. And I'm going to go back up a little bit to make sure nobody else said it. Nope, this is when we were on the previous game. First person on my screen, and this is the live chat, to say tentacle was Brawny. Because of latency and messages having to travel across the world through wires at a lightning fast speed, there can sometimes be discrepancies with the internet, but we need some way to keep it fair and to keep track of everything. So we just go off of my screen. I'm sorry if it doesn't always feel the most fair, but we do need some type of system in place. And I could even have you guys all send me screenshots of your phone, and I would get 4 screenshots from 4 different people. I would get a screenshot from 4 people showing all of you guys have it first. So we have to have some system, and this is the system, and tomorrow it will be up here. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. The first definition: the dwelling place of God and the angels. The second definition: a round disc or knob sewn onto clothing as a fastener or as an ornament. Yeah, Parker, I'm sorry. I do hope you stay and play, though, just for fun. Fishing mom. Oh, I almost gave the point to your husband just because I didn't see the mom. And button was correct. Welcome, just for fun fishing mom. White. I don't even know. What's it? Welcome, just for fun fishing mom. I'm just going to go off the username. I know the backstory, but it's still confusing. So, just for fun fishing mom, you get a point. Or, I'm sorry. You get a point, and welcome to the scoreboard. Just for fun fishing mom, if you enter the Hall of Champions, that'll be our first couple who is in the Hall of Champions. But remember, only 1 person enters per stream. Let me go ahead and give Just for Fun Fishing the point. And while I'm here, who was the first person on my screen to say button? First person on my screen to say button was Brawny. Remember, typos are okay for this game. We have 1 game in here we play that typos are not accepted as the password game. All right, we're going to go ahead, and he won't let you win. Nope, you have to earn it. That's right. You have to earn it on this game show. You have to earn winning. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a man who owns a house or apartments that he rents to others. The second definition: A puppet or doll moved by strings from above. Correct, Richard. You guys all have to earn your spot on the Hall of Champions. Landlord is correct. We got so many new players. Awesome. We got a lot of regulars, too. Many champs. A puppet or doll moved by strings from above. Puppeteer would be the person doing it, I believe. It starts with an M. It's not puppet master. A puppet or doll moved by strings from above. Marionette is correct. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. First person on my screen who said landlord would be Ref Wolf. Ronnie, it's okay if you type too fast. It's good to type fast. You want to get those points. Ref Wolf, are you on the scoreboard yet? You are not. Welcome to the scoreboard, Ref Wolf. Guys, we have a lot of regulars in tonight competing to enter the Hall of Champions. We're going to continue on. Who's the first person to say Marinette? Would be Dovid. All right. Where are you on here? Dovid. Okay, Dovid, there you go. Dovid, you just overtook first place. You're currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions with 2 points. And Mike Tones, Mr. Tinkles, Just for Fun Fishing, and Ref Wolf. Oh, Just for Fun Fishing. Mom is what I meant to say. You guys all have one. I had Just for Fun Fishing on here twice. Gotta add the mom part. My bad. Gotta make sure I'm keeping track. Should be easy. Just for Fun's a champion, so his name is Pink. The pink or reddish names are already Halls of Champions, so everyone who's blue is competing to enter. We're going to go, hey, Trash Kitty, welcome back. Guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to have the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a heavy weight that is dropped from a rope or chain to keep a ship from floating away. The second definition, a head cook of a restaurant. Anchor is correct. 1 point for Just for Fishing. Just for Fun Fishing. 4 points. You're at. Chef is correct. First person on my screen. Hey, Default, welcome back. First person on my screen, you say Chef was Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you're top. Ref Wolf, you have 2 points, tied with Dovid. And guys, just so you know, we do take a 5-minute break halfway through. This is a 2-hour-long stream. The winner will be announced about an hour and 55 minutes into the stream. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for... All right, Default, hope to see you back. Blurt is where we play the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The first definition, a style of speech or pronunciation that shows the speaker comes from a particular country or part of a country. The second definition, an old-fashioned calculator made up of a frame on which beads slide back and forth. Accent is correct. Another point for Just for Fun. Abacus is correct. That is a point for Richard Green. Richard, welcome to the scoreboard. Your name's going in as pink since you're on the Hall of Fame. I think Javier is currently having a busy day today. I don't think he will be in either of the... He might be in the second one. But I know he's got some plans for today. Richard Green, welcome to the scoreboard. And welcome to the scoreboard as a pinkish reddish name because you're in the Hall of Champions. Hey, just so you guys know, since Javier's not here, that means his high score of the stream, which is 49, could maybe be beat. Richard, think you got accent first as well. All right, let me pop out my chat. Guys, I think tomorrow, starting tomorrow, you guys will see the chat up here all the time. I ran into some technical difficulties right before the stream, and I was not able to do it. And I do apologize for that. It would be Just for Fun Fishing who said accent first on my screen. You can see Just for Fun right here, and then Richard said it right below. Guys, starting tomorrow, it should be up here. So I do, that is a big priority of mine to have it up here to be fair and faster and more fluid with the stream. So, all right, guys, we're going to play another one. Also, Just for Fun Fishing and Just for Fun Fishing Mom, You guys' names are so similar. Please let me know if I give the wrong point to the wrong person, because you guys' names are very similar. So please just please let me know if I accidentally marked the wrong point somewhere. It does happen. All right, guys, we're gonna play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. If the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: to move the head down and then up in a quick motion to show agreement or approval or to greet someone. The nod is correct. That is a point for Ref Wolf. The second definition: the first day of the week. Ref Wolf at 3 points. The first day of the week was the second definition. Did they really change it from Sunday to Monday? Man, everybody. That's an interesting one. You know, I heard a lot of conflict that this is a controversial topic, actually. This is the dictionary definition, and it is Sunday. I thought Monday was the official first day of the work week, but the actual week started on Sunday, but I do believe this has recently kind of changed. I keep forgetting about that. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. It depends on the country you're in. I'm Googling it. It depends on the country. I'm actually going to give a point to the first person who said Monday and the first person who said Sunday because they're both right, unless it's the same person. Hold on now. First person on my screen to say Monday was Ref Wolf. This is there are some unexpected challenges with this show, being there are people from all over the world, and I'm trying to keep this internationally fair. And then Richard Green was the first person to say Sunday, because in the U.S. it is Sunday. But did she keep this fair for all the users who are around the world? Because I do understand you guys are from all over. You did money on accident. I do try to keep it fair, so I gave 2 points out that one for the first person who said Monday and the first person to say Sunday, because they are technically correct for half of you guys. So we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for... Oh, Ref Wolf, actually. Ref Wolf, you just overtook first. You're in the lead with 4 points. Just for Fishing Mom, 1. Mr. Tinkles, 1. Dovid, 2. Mike Tones, 1. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word will get a point on the scoreboard. Yes, fair, fun, friendly. Thank you, Baronator. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a length of cord that is lighted at one end to carry a flame that ignites a charge at the other. The second definition: a blade attached to the end of a rifle. Fuse is correct. 1 point for Mr. Tinkles. Mr. Tinkles, you have 2 points. Bayonet is correct. I'm going to have to give it to Richard Green. Mr. Tinkles, you did say B-A-N-U-Y above him, but I accept typos, but you only typed out half the word, and I if you typed out most of the word and had a couple letters wrong, I would have given it to you, but you only typed out half of the word, and it was wrong. So I'm going to give that one to Richard Green for bayonet. Richard, you got 3 points. All right. I try to keep it as fair as possible, and it does make it a little bit challenging because I am lenient with typos, but I do have to use my best judgment, and I'm sorry if that best judgment seems unfair. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. First person to know the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: either of a pair of round organs by which a person or animal sees. The second definition: the sport or skill of shooting with a bow and arrows. I is correct. 1 point for just for fun fishing. Archery is correct. 2 points for Just for Fun Fishing. Just for Fun Fishing, you're at 7 points. We'll play one more round of Blurt, and then we're going to switch it up a little bit. All right, guys, Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. Mike Tones, I'll see you later. Hope to see you back in 9. Awesome. You'll be back in 9. Hope to see you back. Cool. We'll be doing another 2-hour show then. The first definition, a Native American. The second definition, a talk on a religious subject or text usually given as part of a religious service. Hey, Chibi, welcome back. Indian is correct. 1 point for Just for Fun Fishing. Sermon is correct. Another point for Just for Fun Fishing. Is there any new games tonight? There are not new games tonight. There will be new games this weekend, though. We are going to play Password. We are going to move on to Password right now, though. I do have a stack of new games up there waiting to be introduced to the show, but I'd like to try one game out at a time, one new game out at a time at least, one new game just to make sure that it's smooth and I work out all the kinks to make sure that it works on stream. I don't want to. There's a lot of things that are developing on the stream on and off the set. All right, guys. Password is where I give you guys clues and hints to my one-word password. The first person to correctly guess my one-word password does get a point on the scoreboard. However, the challenge of this one is I do not accept typos. Capitalization does not matter. You must be the first person to guess my one-word password and spell it right. All right, guys, we're going to move on. No typos. No typos. That is great. No typos. A lot of businesses use this to represent different data when maybe talking to shareholders or other people in like a meeting. They will use a bunch of these. There's different types of these. It's not a stock. You can use it to show all different types of data. You can show them on a computer. Graph is correct. Just for Fun Fishing, 1 point. Just for fun, you're at 10 points. We're going to play another round of Password. You enter the Hall of Champions at 9. Nobody enters the Hall of Champions until 10:55. You could start to try at 9, but if you mean the 9 o'clock show, which I'm sure is what be a little bit of a smart out. We're going to continue on. Hope to see you back, Chibi. You'll be competing against Mike Tones, it looks like, and whoever else joins. We're going to play another round of Password, where you guys have to guess my one-word password correctly without typos by the clues and the hints I give to give a point on the scoreboard. All right, this is a building that just hosts a lot of books that are typically low cost or free to rent for the communities that these are in. Their entire premise is just library is correct. 1.4. Bronny Lee. 4 points for Bronny. Bronny's at 4 points. We're going to play another round of Password. This is where I give you guys hints and clues to my one-word password. The first person who spells it correctly without any typos gets a point on the scoreboard. All right, guys, this is a little small container. They come in many different shapes and sizes, usually with a positive and a negative. They hold charge and give power to small devices, although there's really big ones that are, say, in like cars and stuff. All right, Richard. There's not a tube. Battery is correct. Another point for Bronny. Bronny, you're at 5. All right, we're going to play another round of Password, where the first person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. You are not allowed to have typos. All right, guys, this is... there used to be a lot more natural blank for illnesses. Sometimes when somebody has a cold, they will make a blank by combining different ingredients at home. Cure is close. It's a home. Yep, remedy is correct. Remedy. Did you spell it right, though? You did, Dovid. Just making sure, because that is one of the... Dovid, you're at 3 points. We're going to play another round of Password. First person to correctly guess my one-word password based off the clues and hints will get a point on the scoreboard. Typos are not allowed in this game. All right, we're gonna. If something isn't rare, it's this. If you see something all the time, it shows up, or it is called this. Common is correct, and it was spelled correctly the first time by Just for Fun Fishing. Just for fun, you're at 11 points. All right, we're going to play another round of password where you guys have to guess my one-word password based off of the hints that I give. You're not allowed to have typos. Sometimes when you guys meet in the middle of an argument and somebody is fair, they are also blank. It starts with an R. I don't know the best way to describe this. I will try since we already started. It starts with an R. This says, it was really blank of you to come to a conclusion. Or it was blank of me earlier to give a point for somebody who said Monday and Sunday. Hey, welcome back, Luke to Duke. Rational is close, but it does start with an R. Starts with an R. E. R-E-A. I don't know how to give too many. I don't know how to give too many hints for this one. So I'm going to give you guys letter by letter. R-E-A-S. Reason's close. Reason's close. Reason's close. Reason's so close. Reasonable is correct. Sorry, guys. That was a tough one for me to try to give hints for on the fly. But the first person on my screen, there's no need to be sorry for being late, but being welcome. This is why I try to stream multiple times, just to make sure people can come in during their schedules. First person to say reasonable was Just for Fun Fishing, currently at 12 points. Just for Fun Fishing, I do have to erase 2 of your points and just move them over to make sure I don't mix them up later. There we go. They are back on the board, though. Just got to make sure I am keeping. Very bad description. I agree. I am very sorry about that. That was a hard one to try to describe. So, sorry. I actually do skip a lot of words. I probably should have skipped that one too. All right, guys. We're going to play another round of password where you have to guess my one-word password without any typos. First one to guess it based off my clues and hints. We're going to point on the scoreboard. It's called this. There are blank readers. You use this to slap somebody in the face. Palm is correct. Another point for Just for Fun Fishing. You're at 13. All right, we're going to play another round of password where you guys have to guess my... Hey, no problem, Barinator. We're going to play another round of password. First person to correctly guess my one-word password, we're going to point on the scoreboard. If you can't eat something because it'll make you sick, or if you can't touch a certain plant because it'll make you have a reaction, it is because you have a blank. Sometimes it's allergic is close. Allergy is correct. Make sure you spelled it right. Mr. Tinkles, looks like you got it. Mr. Tinkles, you're at 3 points. Oh, I did use those ones the other day. All right, guys, we're going to try 5-second rule again. All right, yep, this card should work. This card should work. All right, these two should work. We're going to play a round of 5-second rule. This is where you have to name 3 things in one category. This is so far the only game on this show where you have to put all 3 answers in one comment. If you do not have 3 answers in your comment, it doesn't count. If you have more than 3 answers in your comment, I only read the first 3 answers, and I will be Googling things to verify. So All right, guys, we're going to play a round of 5-second rules. The first person to name 3 rivers in one comment will get a point on the scoreboard. Name 3 rivers, and they can be from anywhere around the world. And they can be local. I have Google. Just hope they're on Google Maps, because that is one comment. You must put all 3 answers in one comment. Nile River is correct. I think that was the only one I was familiar with your comment there. Mess River is correct. What was that last one? London River sounds like it would be correct, but I confirm. Is there actually a river named London River? I'm getting a lot of movies that are popping up, and it's making it very difficult. Ref Wolf. It's actually called that? I'll give it to you. Oh, you think so? All right, give me a second. Is there a river called London River? It looks like it's called the River Thames. Looks like it's called the River Thames, and it's not called the London River. So we're gonna move on to the next one, because the only thing that came up as London River was like a drama film. So Bravo, Nile, and Trinity. Let me check. Bravo River. All right, I'll give it to that one. All right, guys, moving forward, yes, there's no London River. I'm going to take the 5-second rule out of this game moving forward, because it is taking too long to confirm sometimes. It is taking too long to confirm, but I will still, and I know Niall's correct. All right, if Trinity is a river, you will get the point. Bravo is a little bit of a weird one. It is in the name of some rivers. Trinity River, river in Texas. All right, just for fun fishing, you're going to get that point, and I will. We are not going to play 5-second rule likely again on this game show, because it slows down with how much I have to verify. So that one is a fail. It's okay if you have a typo. That one is a fail of a game. That'll be the 3rd game I've tried and it didn't work. That's okay. It's not that it didn't work. It's just it's too slow. And I know a lot of you guys are here for competition. We got to make sure those points are rolling on the board. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt, where I give you the dictionary definition. Yeah, that's fair. Womp womp. No more 5-second rule. We're going to play another round of Blurt, where we give you guys the dictionary definition for up to 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. No, Bronny. Password is the only game where you're not allowed to have typos. Password, because since you're guessing my password, I think it's makes the most sense that you must letter by letter have it right. Every other game is okay with typos for now, but password is the other one. All right, another round of Blurt. The first definition: a food made of a pastry shell filled with fruit, meat, or custard and baked. The second definition: someone who gives instruction or classes. Pie is good. Poe is close enough to pie, just for fun fishing. You're at 15 points. Teacher is correct. Another point for just for fun fishing. We're going to play another round of Blurt, where I will give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, someone working in a bank who receives and pays out money. The second definition, a stream or jet of water as for drinking or decoration. Teller is correct. 1 point for Brawny. Hey, guess who? Welcome back. Fountain is correct, and that is a point for Just for Fun. Brawny, you're at 6 points. Just for Fun Fishing, you are at 17 points. Another round of Blurt, where I will give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a baseball player whose position is between second and third base. The second definition, a fully grown male human being. Shortstop is correct. 1 more point for Brawny. Brawny is at 7 points. Man is correct. Another point for, or that's first point for Guess Who. Guess Who? Welcome to the scoreboard. Guess Who? You're going to notice your name is in pink since you are on the Hall of Champions. All the names currently on here who are pink are in the Hall of Champions, and so everybody who is purple is competing to enter the Hall of Champions. We're going to play another round of Blurt. I also don't watch it, but I have the answer, so I don't have to watch it to have the answer. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a tissue in the body that can be tightened or relaxed to make body parts move. The second definition, to feed on growing grass. Skin is not correct. Muscle is correct. 1 point for Just for Fun. Graze is correct. 2 points for Just for Fun Fishing. Gotta make sure I use the right. Just for Fun Fishing, you are at 19 points. Let me make sure I see how much time we have left. We have about a little less than 15 minutes until we go on the halfway break. We're going to do a few rounds of Password. Password is where you guys have to guess my 1-word password based off of the clues and the hints that I give. First person to correctly get it without any typos. Password is the game where you cannot have typos. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. All right, guys, this is sometimes you have to blank somebody to get what you want, or if you are trying to sell somebody something, you have to blank them into buying your things. It's not slap. Starts with a P. That really threw me off. That was funny. No, sometimes, I mean, I guess, all right. Sometimes, starts with a P. Let me, sorry, that was funny. So it threw me off a little bit. I'll try to get back into it. Persuade is correct. Persuade is correct. Sorry, when I heard slap, that was pretty funny, guys. 1 point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you are in the Hall of Champions already. Welcome to the scoreboard for today, though. You are getting put in as pink since you're already in. Luke to Duke. We got a lot of champions, and we got a lot of people competing for the championship. I'm going to go ahead and read the scores real quick. Brawny's at 7, Just for Fun. And I'll read the champion scores first. Just for Fun Fishing is at 19. Baronator 2. Richard Green 3. Guess Who 1. Luke to Duke 1. Now I'm going to read the scores of everyone who's competing to enter the Hall of Champions. Ref Wolf 4. Then followed by Dovid and Mr. Tinkles with 3. And Mike Tones and Just for Fun Fishing Mom with 1. I've seen it work before. Oh my god, I'm sure. All right, we're gonna move on to another round of password. This is where you guys have to guess my one-word password without any typos. This one might be a little tricky. We'll see. Oh, I'm sorry, Richard. That's always makes it now fun to see you before. We're gonna play one more round of password. People will use this to blow their nose. They sometimes keep them in their pocket, walk around blowing their nose, or usually just like a bandana used. It's not quite a tissue. It's usually like a bandana used as one of these. Handkerchief is correct. Handkerchief. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Luke-to-Duke, you did spell it right. Luke-to-Duke, you are at 2 points. Hanky would have been close, Richard, but we got to do it exact on here. All right, guys, this is another round of password. First person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. Good job, Luke-to-Duke. All right, these are small little spherical toys, in a sense. When I say toys, man, you could throw one at somebody, it would hurt. They roll really well. They're used for a lot of games. They're very, very small. Welcome back, Baronator. They're like the same shape as the Earth. They're the shape of a ball. Marble is correct. Marble is correct. Ref Wolf, I was so nervous when I saw you said Marvel, but you ended up getting it right before Just for Fun Fishing. But you did spell it right, just had to make sure. Oh, that was a close one. You almost lost that point. You almost lost that point for Just for Fun. Ref Wolf, you have 5 points. Elizabeth, welcome to this game show where I host them, you play them, and I keep score. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of password. What if somebody says something like marbles? Luke-to-Duke, password is the only game on here where you must have the answer letter by letter correct. Marbles would not have been accepted. I would have said it was close, but this is the only game where you must be letter by letter correct on this show for now. Because it's called password, I thought that'd be a fun challenge. You guys know I'm lenient with typos on every single other game, but to make this one a little bit more challenging, we are strict on that. Capitalization does not matter. We're going to move on to another round of password, or the first person to correctly guess. Password is tough. We're going to move on to another round of password. First person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. This is where a lot of animals are kept for show. A lot of people. Glad you like it. I like switching it up. A lot of people will pay to come see animals in cages here. Zoo is correct. Who said zoo first? Just for fun, you were at 20 points. Yes, Baronator, fair, fun, friendly. These are words to live by. This is what atmosphere we are building on this show. FFF. All right, we're going to move on from password. These were great guesses. We have a few more minutes till we go to our halftime break. We're going to play 2 more rounds of Blurt, and I'll switch it up. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either the points on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a small bag that is sewn into or onto clothing to hold things. The second definition, to smile and make sounds that express happiness, amusement, or scorn. Pocket is correct. Another point for Luke-to-Duke. Laugh is correct. Another point for Luke-to-Duke. Just for fun fishing. Luke-to-Duke came in and he does try to beat Javier's high score. You both are great competitors to beat the high score, but if you're both here, you're making it even more challenging for each other. So I'll be excited to see who gets the most points this stream and to see if anyone can beat the high score, which is a challenge because every day we're getting more and more players, which is awesome. Luke is back. Be warned. Luke is back. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: money or something else valuable that is offered or given to make a person do something dishonest. The second definition: a large, brightly colored handkerchief, often worn around the neck. Oh, that's funny. Bribe is correct. Handkerchief just came up. It's funny how many times words from one game will be in another. Bandana is correct. All right. The first person on my screen who said bribe would be Refwolf. Refwolf, you are at 6 points. First person on my screen who said bandana would be Luke the Duke. Luke the Duke, you're at 5 points. All right, we are going to stream slow. Hey, welcome back, Mr. Tinkles. All right, guys, we're going to play a round of Battleship. Nobody start. Do not start guessing until you hear the ding, ding, ding. We're going to play a quick round of Battleship. This boat keeps falling off, so I'm going to just not even have it on here. All right, how Battleship works is I have a 10 by 10 grid. I have ships hidden on a 10 by 10 grid that looks like this. You must guess where I hid my ships by pairing a letter with a number. The rows are lettered from top to bottom: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. The columns are numbered from left to right: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have to guess where I hid my ships. You could say, for example, A1 or J10 or A10 or B3, whatever. You guys get one guess. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this. Some people I know do play it for the first time when they come on here. So you have to guess where I hid my ships. You are allowed as many guesses as you want, but you're only allowed one guess per comment. And we're going to keep the time short on this since we have a lot of players. I only accept the answers above when I said done. Go ahead and start. Oh. All right. Got a few extra ones in there because I hit the wrong button instead of done. All right, we're going to continue on. I'm going to... Wrong button. I'm going to read the answers. First person to hit that spot on the board will get a point. If the 2 people hit the same spot, the point only goes to the first person to hit the spot. I know this isn't a fan favorite for everybody, but I do know a lot of people like it, and sometimes it goes on too long, so I am trying to limit how long we spend on this game. All right, we're going to start right away. B3, miss. B6. We got our first hit. B6, that is a point for Mr. Tinkles. Go ahead and give you your point, Mr. Tinkles. Mr. Tinkles, 4 points. E5, miss. A4, hit. 1 point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you're at 6 points. Oh, I just dropped my scoreboard. Give me 1 second. All right. Continuing on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm so sorry. A4 was not for Luke to Duke. A4 was for Refwolf. However, Luke to Duke, you just said A1 after that, and that was a hit. So I'm just going to keep your points up there and then give the point to Refwolf. Refwolf, I know you're on here. Where are you? There you go. Refwolf, you're at 7. Sorry about that mistake, but it was corrected. So that's good. Continuing on. And I do make mistakes, guys, so please be mindful. J3, hit. That is a point for Richard. Richard, you're at 4 points. B7, hit. That's a point for Just for Fun Fishing. Just for Fun Fishing is at 21 points. E10, miss. J5, miss. J6, miss. A2, hit. A2 is a hit. That is a point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke at 7 points. C3, miss. H5, hit. H5 is a hit. That is a point for Just for Fun. Just for Fun, you're at 22 points. E3, miss. H5, hit, but it was already a hit. B1, miss. E1, miss. V3, invalid. Well, it's supposed to be between A and J. B4, miss. J5, miss. B7, hit, but it was already a hit. 5, invalid. B2, miss. B3, miss. C2, hit. That is a point for Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you are at 8 points. E8, miss. G3, miss. H2, miss. C1, miss. E0, 10. I'm just going to accept E10 there. Miss. E9, hit. That's a point for Baronator. Baronator, where is the scoreboard bear right there? Baronator, you're at 3 points. A7, miss. F10, miss. H7, hit. That is a point for Richard. Richard, you're at 5 points. And we have one more left to read. G5, miss. All right, that concludes this round of Battleship. We will probably play one more round of Battleship, maybe two, but for sure one. There's still plenty of points to give out. And I do stop reading them from when I said done on the chat. I do stop reading them when I said done on the chat. Guys, I will let you guys know that you miss Javier. Oh, he's back. Hey, Javier. Javier, you are a fan favorite. All right, guys, we are going to do one more round of Blurt, and then we are going to take our halfway time 5-minute break. Skipped your J6. Bronny, was it near when I said done? J6 is a miss, so we'll keep that easy. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt, and then we are going to go on our halfway 5-minute break. Welcome back, Javier. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. All right, Javier, we're going again at 9. The first definition, a long, slippery fish that looks like a snake. The second definition, a group of stars that is thought to look like an animal, a person, or an object. Eel is correct. That is a point for Just for Fun Fishing. Just for Fun, you are at 23 points. Constellation is correct. That's another point for Just for Fun Fishing. All right, guys, we are going to go on a 5-minute break. Here's how the break works. When you hear the sound of the gong, that means the break is started. When you hear the sound of the air horn, that means the break is over. I start shortly after the break. If you see this sign on, no points are given out. No points are given out when this sign is on. And I do keep a stopwatch on me, so that way I can keep track of the time and be fair to your guys' time. So, we're going to go ahead and start. I'll be back in 5 minutes. it's Shannon. I host the games and keep score while you play them by commenting. The three key principles for this game show: we want to be fair, we want to have fun, and we want to be friendly. I personally want to thank this community and everyone in the Hall of Fame for helping develop this positive game show experience. If you would like to support the channel and enter the Hall of Supporters, my Cash App is Shannon1742. My PayPal and Venmo are mindfuldiscovery@yahoo.com. These should be pinned in the comments. If you donate, please let me know what name or username you would like entered into the Hall of Supporters, or if you would like to remain anonymous. Another way you could show support is by purchasing my book, Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games. This is a book on learning the rules for 52 solitaire-type card games with various levels of difficulties, chance, and skill. I wrote detailed instructions for new and experienced players to be able to learn these games, along with setup pictures for examples. Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games is available on Amazon as a paperback book and on the Kindle store. It is also enrolled in the Kindle Unlimited program. We have a minute left in the break. Who will enter the Hall of Champions tonight? All right, guys. I am back. Give a few more seconds for people to return from the break. Hey, James M., welcome back. Where's my mouse? Who else? Hi, Nisa, welcome back. Is this the first live? It is the first live. A little busy with human interaction. That's fair. Yes, sir. You came back. I like that. I appreciate it. I had to grab me a little snack. Guys, I see the Hall of Champions wasn't correctly updated when I sent it. What am I snacking on? I have a block of pepper jack cheese because cheese is my favorite thing to eat. All right, we're going to play a round of... I had the Hall of Champions updated on a document. I think I just didn't actually update the actual number for the people in the Hall of Fame, but I believe we're at 106. All right, we're going to play another round of Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess what I'm making will get a point on the scoreboard. Not a sword. First person to correctly guess it. B is correct. That is a point for Just for Fun Fishing. Just for Fun Fishing, you are at 25. We're going to play one more round of Guess That Balloon. Then we're going to move on to either blurt or password. And since I did take out 5-second rule, I will be adding another game tomorrow because it was a flop. So I'm going to put a dot in right here to dictate the start of the new round. Just for Fun Fishing going for the high score. Yes, he is. Might get it too. We won't know till the end though. Not a swan, not a sword, not a snake. Dude, guess the flag, please. It is a heart. First person on my screen to correctly guess heart was, I think it was Refwolf. Refwolf, point for you. Refwolf, you're at 9. Refwolf, I'll have you know, for Guess the Flag, I actually made a game literally called Guess the Flag years ago, and that is on... I was glad that you said that, because like, oh wow, I had actually already made one. I made it years ago, and I will be putting it on the stream, but I have an entire new setup I'm working on that will be introduced early next month, and I will be switching back and forth between this setup and the next setup. The next setup comes with totally different types of games. It'll work better on the next setup. I promise you guys will see. I don't want to give too many spoilers away. And then once I perfect this setup, which should be perfected very soon, we will then move on to the next setup until that is perfected. And then I will be switching back and forth between the two setups. They will include completely, for the most part, completely different games. But the concept of the show is still the same. First person to get the correct answer wins. I just have a little bit more freedom with the next setup. All right, we're going to continue on. Guess the logo. I have to be careful with that one because of copyrighted issues and stuff. I have to look into it. I can look into it. I know a lot. You'll see a lot of people do a lot of things on YouTube, and other small game designers will also do things like that. However, if it's copyrighted and I don't have the permission, I can get in trouble. And just because somebody else does it does not mean I can do it. So, and I'm just trying to be careful. Because I have thought about doing that before, but then I looked into it and I could get in trouble. So we're going to continue on to another round of blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition of 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Bronny, I'll see you at 9. FFF. The first definition, yes, up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. First definition, the hard outer covering of an animal, such as a scallop, turtle, or beetle. The second definition, a heavy snowstorm with strong winds Shell is correct. Blizzard is correct. Both points go to Brawny. I apologize, guys. I'll try not to eat when I'm running the game show because I realize it slows me down a little bit. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt. While I read the dictionary definition for 2 words, the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: an alcoholic beverage made of the fermented juice of grapes or other fruits. The second definition: the largest planet of our solar system, 5th in order from the sun. It is not kombucha. It is an alcoholic beverage. I know sometimes kombucha is an alcoholic now that I think about it. Wine is correct, and it looks like Jupiter is correct. First person to correctly say wine was Anissa. Hey, Anissa, welcome back. Welcome back, Anissa. Anissa, you're going in the scoreboard as pink since you're in the Hall of Champions. Welcome to the scoreboard for today, Anissa. I did see your comment. And this is the first live, and I will be doing one more live today. And the first person on my screen who said Jupiter would be Brawny. Brawny, you're at 10. Lisa, you're at 1. Guys, I would like to be streaming multiple times a day, one day, but there's a lot of setup I have to do behind the screen, behind the scenes, since I'm learning on the go. Hey, fair enough. I'm going to try to be streaming at all different times. I'm just sticking to a certain schedule for myself right now just to be able to set up everything. We're going to continue on. Do you want to Blurt? Then you have to go to the grocery store. Fair enough. We're going to continue on to another round of Blurt, where I will give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: the part of the face above the eyes. The second definition: the last car on a freight train. Forehead is correct. Caboose is correct. First person on my screen who said forehead was Ref Wolf. First person on my screen who said caboose was Brawny. Brawny, you're at 11. Oh, and I will read the scores since we just got back from break a couple minutes ago. Amongst the champions, just for fun fishing, you're at 25. Brawny, you're at 11. Baronator, 3. Richard Green, 5. Guess who? 1. Luke Duke, 7. Anissa, 1. And amongst the players who are competing to enter the Hall of Champions, Mike Tones, 1. Dovid, 3. Mr. Tinkles, 4. Just for Fun Fishing Mom, 1. Ref Wolf, 10. Ref Wolf, you're currently in the lead with 10 points, with Mr. Tinkles trailing behind at 4. We're going to continue with another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a crisp, salted cracker often baked in the shape of a knot. The second definition: a thin, watery porridge. Pretzel is correct. 1 point for Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you're at 11. It is not soup. And I'll answer your question in 1 second after we finish this. It starts with a G. A thin, watery porridge. I've never heard this word in my life. I don't even know if I'll pronounce it correct. It's a very short word, so I think I will, but it's not grits. It's not gravy. It's not gumbo. Gruel is correct. J-R-U-E-L. Gruel is correct. Another point for Luke to Duke. Luke Duke, I do believe you'd asked me if I can do more balloons, and I will. However, we're going to, starting next stream, we're going to be changing the rules for Guess That Balloon to make it fair for new players and people who are more new to older players. Yeah, I would never get that one. We're going to be changing the rules of Guess That Balloon starting next stream, and you guys are only going to be allowed a certain amount of guesses per balloon, so that way you guys don't spam everything I know how to make until you get it, because sometimes you guys get it before I even put the balloon on the pump. So we are going to have to change the rules to be fair for new players. You just got to electrocute. Oh, man. Yes, I agree. That makes it fair. So we're probably going to be limiting, I don't know to what. I'm thinking we're going to limit it to 2. That will start next stream today. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. Mr. Tinkles, have a good one. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a place for teaching and learning. The second definition, a furry animal with a broad, flat tail and large front teeth. School is correct. A furry animal with a broad, flat tail and large front teeth. First person on my screen who said school, while you guys are thinking of the furry animal with a broad, flat tail and large front teeth. First person on my screen who said schools was Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you're at 12. All right, I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock, and then I'll answer your question, Richard. I just want to finish the round, and then I'll answer your question. Furry animal with a broad, flat tail and large front teeth. I can probably just give a guess, and you guys will make it. It is both on the land and in the water, and it makes... Anissa got it correct with beaver, with the emoji. You got it correct with beaver. I will give you the point, Anissa. Mr. Tinkles, do you think it was you who said school first? Let me check. Guys, I think tomorrow is when I will have the scoreboard up for you guys. I had a major technical difficulty right before I started, and so I was not able to implement it. I was not able to implement it in time because I wanted to stay true to starting at 6. Did not want to be late. So, first person on my screen. And then, Richard, I will get to your comment. Who said schools was Ref Wolf? Richard, you said, could you guess the pair with cards and suits from 2 decks of cards? I'm not sure what you mean. Could you guess the pair with cards and suits from 2 decks of cards? I'm a little confused on it. Hey, Javier, welcome back. All right, that point goes to Ref Wolf. He did officially say that first on my screen. So we're going to move on to another round. Welcome back, Javier. Welcome back. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for... You were quite late. The first person to tell me the correct definition for either word, or the correct word for either definition, will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition, a large box made of slats of wood. The second definition, the early form of an insect, such as a caterpillar or grub, when it has just hatched from an egg. Crate is correct. Larva is correct. Oh, pick 2 cards from any suit by using 2 decks of cards. Okay. I'm going to write that down, Richard. I think I understand what you're saying, so I'm gonna write that down, and I will see if it's playable. All right, it looks like Javier got both those points. I do have to find my pink marker. Javier, you are in the Hall of Champions, so you're coming in as pink. £2 for Javier. Javier, you weren't here earlier, but we are officially retiring the 5-second rule from this game. That would be the third flop we've tried, and it just did not work. Well, it works. It's just it takes too much time, and I want to keep this game fluid. So that's about what you missed out on. I think, Anissa, I think you missed that too. We're going to continue on to another round of Blurt, where I will read the dictionary definition for 2 words. First person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can't be handed out to the players. You have to pick what. Just have to guess which pair to pick. All right, Richard. I'm going to write that down. The first definition, the time between sunset and sunrise, especially the hours of darkness. The second definition, a wooden or metal frame with tightly laced strings and a handle, used in games like tennis and badminton. The time between sunset and sunrise, especially the hours of darkness. Night is correct. And racket is correct. First person on my screen to say night was Anissa. First person on my screen who said racket was Just for Fun Fishing. Just for Fun Fishing, you are currently at 26 points. Another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. First person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. First definition, a sea voyage for pleasure. The second definition, a tool of jaws used for gripping and turning such things as nuts and bolts. Cruise is correct. 1 point for Just for Fun. 27. Wrench is correct. 1 point for Ref Wolf. Where are you, Ref Wolf? Ah, yes. You're at 13. Guys, I will do more balloons next stream. It is just next stream, once I implement the 2 guesses per balloon, or however many guesses, I think 2 or 3, we'll see. I'll be doing more balloons next stream. Right, we're going to continue on to another round of... Actually, we're going to play Password. We haven't played Password a little bit. We're going to play Password. Password is where I give you guys clues and hints to my 1-word password. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. You are not allowed to have typos in the game of Password. All right, if you are the first person to blank something, you typically get to name it. If you take the last few letters off this channel name, you'll actually have the word that it is. Discover is correct. That's a point for Just for Fun Fishing. Just for fun, you're at 28. I'm going to play another round of Password. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. You're not allowed to have typos on this game. You use this to shoot somebody or shoot a target, and you need to use a bow to sling this through the air. You need a bow and blank. Arrow is correct. 1 point for Javier. Another round of Password. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. You're not allowed to have typos. If you are famous, this is called an autograph. You have to usually use this. You have to sign your blank on many official documents. They're pretty sloppy a lot of times. Signature is correct. First person to spell it right on my screen was Javier. First person to say it as well. 4 points. Javier is currently at. All right, we're going to play another round of Password. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. No typos are allowed. A lot of people will set one of these and wake up to it. Also, in schools, there are fire sounds that come when you pull this. Alarm is correct. 1 word for, or 1 point for just for fun, fishing. We'll move on to another round of password. The first person to correctly guess my 1 word password will get a point on the scoreboard. In between games of cards, you have to do this to the cards to make sure that they're all random again. Sometimes people do this with their feet. Shuffle is correct. 1 point to Javier for spelling it right. Just for fun, you did have a typo, but you were second anyway. But just so you know, guys, remember, you must spell it right. This is the game where you guys got to be fast and mindful. We're going to play another round of password. First person to correctly guess my 1 word password will get a point on the scoreboard. Can I explain this one good? I'm going to go ahead and not. We're going to do the next word. All right. I'm going to do another round of password. First person to correctly guess my 1 word password will get a point on the scoreboard. No typos are allowed. All right. If you have a hole in your clothes or even a hole in your tent, you would need to blank it up with a blank. Oh, Brawny. Patch is correct. 1 point for Javier. Well, Brawny, I'm sorry. I do hope your phone is charged to keep playing or call somebody and get a key. 1, discover. 2, be fast. 3, be mindful. I like that. Oh, we already did that one. Oh, I gotta keep it organized. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. We have a little less than half an hour left in gameplay. Password is a mindful discovery. I like that. The first definition, a musical instrument with a long neck and usually having 6 strings that are plucked with the fingers or a pick. The second definition, a period of 100 years. Bhutar is close enough since we're not doing typos. Typos will matter on this one. Just for fun fishing, you're at 30. And century is correct. First person on my screen who said century would be just for fun fishing. Just for fun fishing, you're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just for fun fishing, I'm running out of room on my scoreboard. You're back at 0. I'm kidding. I'm just consolidating. You are at, you're going to put 30 here and then restart your ticks over. So you're at 31. Typos are fine on this one. Guys, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to get the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a joint of a finger. The second definition, an area in a desert. Sorry. An area in a desert where there is water and where plants are able to grow. Knuckle is correct. 1.4, just for fun fishing. Just for fun fishing, you're at 32. Might look a little goofy because I had to write the 30, but soon this scoreboard will be phased out of here completely. It's just a temporary solution for keeping score. And Oasis is correct. First person on my screen to say it was Javier. Javier, you're at 7. I see you should have gotten here sooner just for fun. Yeah, just for fun's going off. He's competing for your high score. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition, a structure for housing a swarm of bees. The second definition, a series of pictures or thoughts that a person has during sleep. Yes, Javier currently holds the high score at 49 points. Beehive is close enough. Oops, it is hive, but beehive is close enough. Dream is correct. 2 points for just for fun fishing. Just for fun, you are at 34. One more round of Blurt, and we're going to switch it up a little bit. Blurt is where I give you guys the definition for 2 words in the dictionary. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, Time that is yet to come. The second definition. A sticky black powder produced when wood, coal, or oil is burned. Time that is yet to come. Future is correct. Point for just for fun. You're at 35. It is not tar, ash, or charcoal. All right, Bronny, good luck. I hope you get back in. A sticky black powder produced when wood, coal, or oil is burned. Typically, if you have a chimney and you have a fire, this black stuff will be all over the inside walls of the fire. And it's called blank, and it starts with an S. Suit is correct. 1.4 just for fun fishing. 36. All right. We are going to play a round of Battleship. Do not start your guesses yet. Battleship is where you guys have to guess where I hid my ships. My ships are hidden on a 10 by 10 grid. This is the second round of Battleship. If you are the first person to hit that spot on the ship, you will get a point. You have to pair a letter with a number. The rows are lettered from top to bottom, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. The columns are numbered from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you must guess where I hid them by giving me a letter and a number such as A1 or J10. You guys are allowed as many guesses as you want before the time is up. You only have one guess per comment. Begin. All right, we're going to stop it right there. I'm trying to experiment with how long to give you guys times. How much time to give you guys. All right, we are going to read them off. You need to find my pegs. Apologies, give me 1 second. A7, miss. B7, hit, but it was already a hit. H4, miss. B8, hit and sunk. There's a point for Mr. Tinkles. B4, miss. A6, miss. C7, miss. C3, miss. D7, miss. H2, miss. C3, miss. F10, miss. E7, miss. B3, miss. B7, hit, but it was already a hit. F7, miss. C4, hit. There's a point for Ref Wolf, who's currently in the lead, I believe, for entering the Hall of Champions. Ref Wolf, you're currently at 14 points. And continuing on. F6, miss. H5, hit, but it was already a hit. G7, miss. J10, miss. C5, hit and sunk. No extra points are awarded for sinking. I just let you guys know. There's a point for Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you are at 15. H7, hit, but it was already a hit. G8, miss. C6, miss. F5, miss. I7, miss. C5, hit, but it was already a hit. H4, miss. C7, miss. Last one would be J7, Hit. That is a point for Javier. Oh, let me make sure that's legible for me. There's still plenty of points on Battleship. We may or may not do another one. I'm not sure. Just see how much time we have left. We're going to keep on going. Someone hit an iceberg. How long's left? We have about 20 minutes left in gameplay. About 20 minutes left, and then the champion's announced. I'll go ahead and read the scores real quick. Just for fun, Fishing is at 36. Javier is at 8. Brawny is at 11. Richard Green, 5. Guess who? 1. Luke Tajuk, 8. Anissa, 3. Now under the players competing for the Enter the Hall champions. Ref Wolf in the lead with 15, followed by Mr. Tinkles at 5. Dovid at 3. And Mike Tones at 1. Just for Fishing Mom at 1. Continuing on to another round of Blurt, where I'll read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to give me the first word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The up to 2 points can be handed out. You got this, Ref Wolf. Keep going. The first definition. A game played between 2 teams that are separated by a net and hit a ball back and forth without letting it touch the ground. The second definition. A tool for scrubbing, grooming, or applying liquids. Volleyball is correct. 1 point for Javier. I think Javier came in just in time to try and defend his title. Brush is correct. Speaking of which, just for fun, just got another point. He's at 36. Richard Green said, I'm lucky to get 5. The speed of Just for Fun Fishing. Yeah, and now the speed of both Just for Fun and Javier is brutal. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt, where I can read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition. A delicate fabric of fine threads woven in an open pattern. The second definition. An organization of girls or women, as at a college. Silk is incorrect. A delicate fabric of fine threads woven in an open pattern. Sorority, 1 point for Anissa. I will repeat the first definition. I believe Anissa was at least the first person to say it. You were. A delicate fabric of fine threads woven in an open pattern. You have to blank your shoes, is the hint that I'll give. Mr. Tinkles, have a good one. You have to, not quite tie, but you have to blank your shoes. This is a delicate fabric of fine threads woven in an open pattern. I think I'm about to end that. It was lace. It was lace. I am not accepting your answer, Javier. Sorry. It was after I had said done. Just to be fair. I'm going to make sure that nobody said. Welcome back, Mr. Tinkles. It was lace. I do realize I gave a hint, kind of like I was playing Password. And I maybe shouldn't have, but it's only easy once you hear the answer. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is a fan favorite. How long? Ref Wolf, we have a little less than 20 minutes left to go. Actually, we have closer to 15 minutes. Closer to 15 minutes. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition. The joint at which the hand and arm come together. The second definition. A solid food made by separating the curds from milk. Wrist is correct. Cheese is correct. First was on my screen who said wrist was Just for Fun Fishing. wrong. Colored darker. Just for fun, you're at 38. First person on my screen who said cheese was Javier. Javier, you're at 10. All right, another round of Blurt where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, something that is very popular for a short time. The second definition, a 2-wheeled vehicle pulled by horses. All right, Mr. Jinkles, good luck with your clarinet practice. Hope to see you again at 9. Nobody has either one yet. Chariot is correct. I'll repeat the first definition. Something that is very popular for a short time. There's not clout. First person on my screen to say chariot is a 3-letter word. Just for fun, fishing said chariot first. You were at 39. It's getting heated. All right, fad is correct. First person on my screen who said fad would be James M. James M, welcome to the scoreboard. I know you've been playing this for today for a few minutes. Looks like this is your first time entering the scoreboard. So you get the little thingy. 1 point for James M. Glad you returned for another one. Guys, I will be streaming one more time today. We'll be streaming one more time today. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. What even is fad? Who says that? Yes, this is the Webster Dictionary definition. Oftentimes, diets are referred to as fads because they're short-lived. Continuing on another round of Blurt where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Correct, in a sense, Anissa, because you don't see them as much anymore, so they were a fad for kind of a while, but still a fad. All right, the up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition would be an animal that lives on water or land and has a body covered by a hard shell. The second definition, a light, narrow boat that is pointed at the ends and moved with paddles. Turtle is correct. 1 point for Javier. Canoe is correct. That is 1 point for Just for Fun Fishing. Just for Fun, you're at 40. Javier, you're at 11. Ref Wolf, you were at 15. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where I will give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition, a small job. The second definition, a North American Indian baby. He's not a gig. Baby Indian. It's not baby Indian. The first definition repeated, a small job. The task is close. Chore is correct. Second definition repeated, a North American Indian baby. I might have to skip that one. I'm gonna put 15 seconds on the clock. It starts with a P. First person on my screen who said chore. Oh, I'm sorry. I always read the definition. A North American Indian baby. 10 seconds on the clock. Was Just for Fun Fishing. 41. Nobody has this in the next few seconds. Papoose is correct. That is a point for Ref Wolf. Nisa, I will have you know, I hope it is not racist. This is a Webster Dictionary definition. I know there were words like that in the dictionary, but assuming since this is a game. I would hope that that is not a bad word to say, and I do apologize if it is offensive. I do apologize if that is offensive. I am just reading off the cards. I would hope that they vetted that word. It was my first time hearing it. I hope the people, creators of this game, would vet that word before putting it in the game. We are going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words in the first person. Did I give the point out for papoose? I did. It was to ruffle. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a game in which a heavy ball is rolled down a wooden alley to knock down wooden pins at the other end. The second definition: a piece of metal made to be shot from a small gun, such as a pistol or rifle. Bowling is correct. That is a point for Javier. A piece of metal made to be shot from a small gun, such as a pistol or a rifle. Bullet is correct. That is a point for Just for Fun. Just for Fun, you're at 42. Refulf, you're at 16. Continuing on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to number the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the player. The definition 1: an amount of money paid as a penalty for breaking a rule or law. The definition 2: a substance such as air that is neither a solid nor a liquid and does not have a definitive volume or shape. Fine is correct. 1 point for Javier. I will read soon. Ref Wolf, I will check soon. Gas is correct. 1 point for Javier. I do have to check and make sure I'm true to the time. How much time do we have left? We have about 8 minutes. 8 minutes left. We're going to move on to password. Password is where I give you guys clues and hints, and the first person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. This is hard to read with this. If you're in a lot of big buildings have this. A house probably wouldn't have this, but like a hotel would have this. You would have to go down to this part of the hotel to talk to the receptionist. Oh, Just for Fun Fishing. I will check after this round. I will check. Lobby is correct. Point for Just for Fun. Just for Fun, you're at 43. Give me 1 second. You think you said fine first. You guys said it so close, I will pop out my chat. I always do that for the discrepancies. Give me 1 second. I always do that. And guys, I think by tomorrow I should have the chat on screen full time. It was going to be done today. However, I ran into a technical difficulty 10 minutes before I started the stream, and I do apologize. On my screen, Javier is right above Just for Fun on fine. And he was the first person to say it. All right, continuing on with the game, because I know we're going down to the wire on this one. All right, we're going to play another round of password. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. No typos are allowed. Children are not this. And some adults are not this. This happens through puberty, physically and mentally, although mentally it seems to happen at very different ages for humans. Very different ages. Mature is correct. 1 point for Javier. Javier, you're at 15. Just for Fun Fishing, you are at 43. We're going to do another round of password. First person to correctly tell me my 1-word password based off the clues and hints without any typos will get a point on the scoreboard. If you, Mr. Tinkles, welcome back. If you commit a crime, sometimes you have to go on blank and present your case and let people know they're innocent or guilty. Usually during a fair blank trial is correct. There's a point for Just for Fun Fishing. 44. All right, one more round of password. First person to correctly guess my 1-word password without any typos will get a point on the scoreboard. I'm going to skip that word. People often come here to eat. You can eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner at these. The very first ones were modeled after a train car. They were modeled to look like what a train car would look like. It is a type of restaurant. It is a type of restaurant. Not quite a cafe. They're usually small. Diner is correct. Diner is correct. The first person on my screen to say diner and spell it correctly was Javier. Javier, you are at 16. Another round of password. This is where you guys must guess my one-word password. First person to correctly guess it without a typo will get a point on the scoreboard. This is the last round of password. A lot of people do this when they brush their teeth. If you have some water in your mouth, you could tilt it back and make this really weird sound and spit water and toothpaste and stuff everywhere. Gargle is correct. Spelled correctly by Just for Fun Fishing. Just for fun, you are at 45. We gotta check the time. We have about 4 minutes left. A little less than 4 minutes left. We're gonna play another round of Blurt. The first person to give me the correct answer, the correct word for either definition, will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition of Blurt: an electrical device with blades that turn fast and blow air. The second definition: a material made from wood, pulp, rags, and other things, and usually produced in thin sheets. Welcome back, John. Fan is correct. That is a point for Mr. Tinkles. Mr. Tinkles, you're at 6. Wow, nobody has a... Oh, yep, Ref Wolf, you did get it. Paper is correct, and there's another point for Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you're at 17. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: someone who breaks into a house or other place in order to steal. The second definition: waterproof overshoes that are worn in rain or snow. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. Burglar is correct. 1 point for Just for Fun Fishing. It's not rain boots. It starts with a G. And I'll give you another hint. It's not gators. 46 points. I'm going to put 15 seconds on the clock on this one because this is a hard one. In fact, I don't know how to spell it. Oh, I mean pronounce it. Obviously, I know how to spell it. It's not garments. I'm going to be fair on this one because this is a hard one. It's not waiters. It was galoshes. It was galoshes. The point goes to nobody. Carrying on to another round of Blurt. Yeah, I would have never gotten that either. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I will give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition: the side or direction opposite the left. The second definition: things that are worn to cover the body. The right is correct. 1 point to Reffle. Things that are worn to cover the body. Clothes is correct. 1 point for Javier. Gonna check the time. I've got to be fair. I have to be fair. We have about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Move on to another round of Blurt, where I will read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can't be handed out to the players. The first definition: someone who is traveling for pleasure. The second definition: a system of writing and printing in which blind people use the sense of touch to read different patterns of raised dots representing letters. Wanderer is incorrect. Tourist is correct. That's a point for Just for Fun. Braille is correct. That is a point for, that is another point for Just for Fun. Just for Fun, you are at 48 points. We have 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to read one more round of Blurt. This is it. This is down to the wire. All right, the last 2 definitions of the game. We're going to play a round of Blurt. I'm going to read 2 dictionary definitions. The first person to get the correct definition for either word will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The first definition: Either of the two outer openings of the nose. The second definition, a man who is not married. These are the last 2 points that can be handed out. Nostril is correct. That point goes to Just for Fun. Bachelor is correct. Just for Fun fishing down to the wire. You just beat the high score. Holy crap. Just for Fun, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That means Javier, I'm so sorry. Javier, to beat the high score, you must get now 51. That is crazy. Javier and I have been talking about that. We didn't think, because every day more people, you want a refund? We did not think people would be able to beat it because more and more people are joining. However, fair is fair. All right, guys, we're going to announce all the winners and read all the scores. And this is why I am down to the last second with the time, guys, because I need to be fair on that. All right, we're going to read all the scores. We're going to announce all the winners. Oh, I messed that up. That's okay. All right, guys, between the champions first, Just for Fun fishing with the new high score of 50 points. And then Javier, today's stream, you had 17, Brawny, 11, Baronator, 3, Richard Green, 5, Guess Who, 1, Luke Duke, 8, Anissa, 4. Now I will read the scores of the people competing to enter the Hall of Fame. We have Mike Tones, 1, Dovid, 3, James N, 1, Mr. Tinkle, 6, Just for Fun Fishing Mom, 1. And to announce the winner of today's stream who will be entering the Hall of Fame would be Ref Wolf at 18 points. Ref Wolf, congratulations. We actually had 2 winners. Ref Wolf is into the Hall of Fame. And Just for Fun Fishing has the new high score. Congratulations for Just for Fun Fishing for the new high score, and Ref Wolf for entering the Hall of Champions. My apologies, not the whole thing, the Hall of Champions. I realize I need a sound on my soundboard for the new high score. I'll give you that for now. Congratulations to both of you. Ref Wolf, you will be added to the Hall of Champions tonight. And Just for Fun Fishing, you will see your name twice on the Hall of Champions. Once for being a champion and once for breaking the high score. Guys, that's surprising. I didn't think it would happen, but it happened. So, congratulations. Congratulations. That was a great stream. That was right down to the wire, and that's why I like to be extremely fair with the time. I like to stay on topic and fair with the time. Because had I talked around too much, you might not have gotten that. Also, that is why when I have technical difficulties, I do tend to add time on the clock. Try to make this game show fair. And I do try to start the rounds and the points about a minute after the stream goes live, just for me to make any final tweaks. Ooh, and make sure that everything's going good. Just for Fun Fishing said he was screaming. Awesome. It's an honor. Really, it is. It's an honor to see it beat. That is crazy. That is crazy. Javier, yeah. If only you were in a little bit earlier. But I know life takes hold. Just for Fun Fishing Mom, he's going crazy. I'm sure he is. Congratulations. And Ref Wolf, congratulations for getting the Hall of Champions. You've been trying for several streams, Ref Wolf, but you got it. That is amazing. Good job, Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, that was good. I've seen you in here for days now trying to compete to get it. I know it took Richard a few times. The first time Richard was in here, he was crushing it. And since then, we've had more and more competitors, and Richard was able to get it after a few streams. Ref Wolf, you've been coming stream after stream after stream, and you got it. And God, there's so many champions on the board tonight. I know Anissa, I think Anissa got in one of her first few times. But, you know, guys, like I say, every single day we're getting more and more subscribers. This game is getting harder and harder. Not only is it going to be harder to beat the high score, it's also even going to be harder just to get in the Hall of Champions. So congratulations, everybody. Second, 3 times in a row. Just for fun, right down to the wire. Shit, literally shaking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Those last questions. Sleep well, Wolf, the new champion. Guys, that was exciting. That was fun. That was right down to. I love when it gets right down to the wire. We had somebody enter the Hall of Champions the other day. It was right down to the wire with a couple people tied, so that was good. Hey, just for fun, just know next time you're back here, you might want to try to get your score even higher because we're still early on in the stream. Clearly, as you guys can see, it can be beat. It can be beat. Javier's a shark at this game, though. But he's kicking himself. Oh, no. By 1.2, that's wild. Yeah, now, Javier, you have to beat it by 2. Well, you have to beat it by 1 point, but you have to beat your old record by 2 points. Because, Javier, if you get, or not just Javier, if anybody gets 50 points, they did not beat it, and their name does not replace it. Because generally speaking, when somebody has a high score, let's say just for fun with 50, if somebody else gets to 50, you keep the first person who got there. So to actually beat it, and to have your name replace it, you have to get 51. So if you tie it, your name does not replace it. Hey, Brady Williams, we're actually at the end of the show. I will be streaming again in about 57 minutes. We were playing Blurt and Password and a little bit of Balloon Art. We'll be adding Balloon Art back next stream. But their rules are changing for the Balloon Art to keep it fair. No credit for a tie. Well, you know, maybe I would give the credit for a tie, but the champion for holding the high score, I typically in games is awarded to the first person who got the score. So if 5 people or 3 people had 50, the first person to get 50 would be in first place. The second person to get 50 would be in second place, and the third person to get to 50 would be in third place. It's typically how many games and sports, and well, I don't know about sports, but many games they do. That's typically how it's done. So to replace and then we're gonna keep, for simplicity reasons, we're gonna keep it like that as well. I might do credit as well. I mean, guys, I write down a lot of things, so it will be written down. For example, Just for Fun Fishing has the highest score of 50. Javier has the second highest score of 49, and then I think it's Wizard with 44 or 45, and then was it Phantom with 42. It's going to be hard to break. That's true. That's true. What if I extend the time? I have to try and not extend the time. I want to be very fair for the amount of time that's spent. I am thinking, though, yeah. Actually, I have already thought about that with ties. I'm willing to extend the time to break a tiebreaker for the Hall of Champions, but I don't know if I'm willing to extend the time to break a tie for the high score of the stream. Richard, I wouldn't be able to answer that question if I were to be born in a different country. Where would it be? I wouldn't be able to answer that question. I've only lived in 4, and so I do not know enough about other questions to be able to give a non-fantasy answer. It's only my own perspective. I know my country so well, and I know the rules and the laws and the opportunities to, and I don't really have too much to compare that to, so I wouldn't be able to give a good solid answer. Not based on enough facts and evidence. Yeah, I think the most fair thing is to have a tiebreaker for champions only. So if 2 people if two people in the were tied for champions at the end of the round, I would have to do a tiebreaker round. India. I think my ex-wife wanted to go to India for a while. Guys, that was a great one. That was awesome. That was really fun, down to the wire. All right, just for fun fishing. Hope to see you back. Yes, Anissa, I was married for a little over 2 years. Curry is good. I am still friends with her. We separated about 8 months ago. We had a great marriage. From the start to the end, we had a really good marriage, but we had a good life, but I want a great marriage and I want a great life, and we were just holding each other back from living our dreams because they were we wanted the same thing at the end of life, but we didn't want the same thing for the next 20 years, and we didn't really realize that till too late. We wanted the same things, but we had different methods on achieving those things, and we didn't want to both sacrifice for the 20 years in hopes that we get what we want by the end of our life. And so we had separated so that way we could both live our dreams. So it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do as well, because it's hard to walk away from somebody you love when nothing really happened. And then since then, we've been able to talk a lot, and we're both really appreciative of the time we spent together and that we separated. Thank you. It was a healthy way to do it. It was hard. It was hard. It's the only I don't know, that was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make. Thank you, Richard. I'm glad to hear it. Biggest reason I left her was because I wanted to achieve my dreams, and I knew we were both holding each other back for achieving them. I was holding her back from achieving hers, and she was holding me back from achieving mine. And like I said, it was the hardest decision. I think it truly was the hardest decision I ever made in my life, and I think it was one of the best. And she was so grateful for it, which I'm glad she came around and saw that how good it was. It took a little bit, but she got there. And as hard as it was for both of us, it didn't take very long for us to both realize, okay, this was the right decision. And I don't regret our marriage either. I grew so much as a person, and I had a great, great couple of years. Had a really awesome couple of years, and grew so much as a person from it. Learned so much. I even lived in 3 different countries with her because of her that I wouldn't have done before. And I wouldn't regret it. And if I knew that, honestly, if that was just a great period of my life, and it was definitely worth it. However, I do think if I would have stayed for another 10 years, I would have regretted it, because like I said, we were holding each other back. So it was awesome for what it was, but if it went on too long in life, then I would have regretted it. But for the time period it was, and the amount of things that I learned, and the amount of places I saw, and the amount of growth that I came through, it was absolutely worth it. Hey, if you're happy and you can still communicate, it's a good thing, man. But now you're here making our nights even better and building on your character is a blessing, dude. I appreciate that. Getting married in December. Actually, Richard, that comment is what made me go on that little spurt. You're getting married in December. Good luck to me. Good luck. It can be a blessing. It really can be beautiful. And it was. Sometimes, sometimes it isn't meant to last a lifetime. Sometimes it is. Either way, it is definitely make you grow, whether it goes good or bad. It'll definitely make you grow. Did you make any rules? Something like let's get married if/or a time limit? No, not quite. We were pretty sporadic people. I met her backpacking around the country. Mom's getting married in 2026. Wow, that's planned really far out. cried at your sister's wedding. That can be beautiful. Oh, November, that would be a fun time to do it. Anissa, can you do the MBTI quiz and tell us your personality type? I have done, I know 2 of them. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the disc, and and the Enneagram was the other one. My ex-sister-in-law made me take both. Found out we had like the same scores, which was interesting. Make sure I'm setting up for the next stream. All right. 8. I'm an 8 on the Enneagram. I believe it was an 8. Yeah, I believe it was an 8 on the Enneagram and a DI on the disc. An 8 on the Enneagram. Earn Brew. I will look into it. What is Earn Brew? Is it a game or is... I'll look into it real quick, and then I'll have a couple more minutes, and then I gotta hop off, and I need to eat before the next stream. Earn Brew is a drink. Is it alcoholic? Is it between orange and bubblegum? That sounds interesting. Iron Brew? Fizzy. MBTI. I'm going to look into that, Anissa. MBTI. It looks like a soda. You want me to get it and review it? All right, look, I will. Ref Wolf, I will look into seeing if I can get it here in the U.S. No, it's like a soda. As long as it's non-alcoholic, I will get it. I've been sober for about 5 years. It's your fave drink? All right, I'll try it. I'm going to write it down and see if I can get it. As long as it's non-alcoholic. Yeah. All right, well, if I get this, Ref Wolf, because they're about $11 for a 3-pack here. If I get this, I'm not trying it till you're on the stream. I'll go ahead and try it out. I do love trying things. This is Mindful Discovery after all. So I'm going to go ahead like Fanta Fruit Twist. Yeah, I'm excited. I love to try things. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm in the United States, so it's not produced here. I'm sure it's going to, But hey, that's okay. If I love to try new things, as long you said it was a soda, so it's not alcoholic. I'll go ahead and try it. You try it, Wolf Face. No, it's okay. I got it. Don't worry. I'll try it. I won't be able to do it all the time though, guys. Especially if most of you guys aren't even from the U.S. Oh, I'm sure it would be, a couple dollar thing here if it was produced here, but I don't think it's manufactured here. It's probably like imported and stuff. Just so you guys are ever curious, my absolute favorite drink is Barq's Red Cream Soda, and if you take it and pour it on some vanilla ice cream, it is really good. All right, guys, we are about 16 minutes over, so that means I only have about 44 minutes till I have to start the next stream, and I have to make sure I eat dinner. It's been good hanging out with you all. Thanks for all the fun today on the stream, and thanks guys for hanging out a little bit after, getting to know you guys a little bit more, and vice versa. MBTI. I got to check into MBTI. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I will be back. You had cream soda as a kid. Cream soda. I love cream soda. Guys, you guys have a great night. It is currently 8:17 for me, which means I have 43 minutes till the start of the next stream. You guys have a great night. I will be back. I gotta reset the studio and take my break. There's nothing. If I don't want to answer a question, I will tell you. If I don't want to answer a question, I will tell you. So, I am an open book for the most part. Maybe a little bit less so on the internet, but you're free to ask a question. If I don't want to answer it, though, I am confident enough in myself to let you know that I don't want to answer it. So, where did my thing go? So, don't worry. I like questions, too. It's fun. All right, guys, I'll see you in about 40-ish minutes. Thanks for the questions. Oh, thanks for helping out.